actually house sitting for one of our friends when we were in Virginia, because that's where we were stationed at. And I got the call from his staff sergeant, I believe, saying that he had been in an accident. And they're like, well, we'll meet you in the office, the staff office, in about 30 minutes or so. Well, I was already on base, so I was like, I'll be there in about 5 minutes. So I got there, and then they told me he was hurt and all that stuff, and that they were going to ship me from Virginia all the way to California the next day. So I had to wait a whole day before I could go see him.
We started our exercise, and I started using their weapon. Their weapon was basically plugged on the end. It was for training purposes only. So if a live round got in there, it wouldn't get past the plug at the end of the barrel. And when they did that, they neglected to have a place where the gases would escape. So after several rounds went through, the gases that built up had no place to go but back at me.
They told me that he had been burnt, he'd been in an accident, but I didn't know the extent of his injuries until I got there.
And I got down on the ground and dropped and rolled, because that's what you're taught to do as soon as you can walk. So I started thrashing around on the ground, and Northern California at the end of October, everything is dry. So the more I rolled, the worse it got.
We really haven't been apart in the last, almost 13 years. There's only been a few, I'd say probably 2 or 3 months that we've been apart total in the last 13 years.
If it was up to me, I probably could have stayed a hermit. I knew that my wife needed the interaction. I knew that she needed the adult conversation. She needed an outlet, and I knew that since she needed that, the best place for me to go would be a place or an organization that wouldn't judge me quite as much as the guy at Walmart would. I walked in not knowing what to expect, and at this time I was still uneasy with a lot of people. And so you walk into a meeting full of people that you don't know what's going on, don't understand what they're talking about. Somebody made a motion that they pay our dues for that year for the Legion and the Riders. So by the end of the meeting, we were American Legion members, American Legion Auxiliary member, and American Legion Riders members. Coming into a place that you're not exactly sure of, that you don't exactly know what it is, that you're not exactly sure how people are going to respond, and then everything's okay. It's definitely been a breakthrough for me. I know I had some delicate times or some emotional barriers, and I know that the American Legion has helped me get past those.